President Obama scored a big endorsement Thursday morning from Colin Powell, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Bush administration Secretary of State. "I think, generally, we've come out of the dive and we're starting to gain altitude," Powell said on CBS's This Morning. "I voted for him in 2008, and I plan to stick with him in 2012. I'll be voting for he and for Vice President Joe Biden next month." There's no reason to expect Powell's endorsement will have a major effect on the election. "It's a tight contest. The margin will thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Likely be closed no matter what. Powell's profile is lower than it once was, and few voters will be swayed by foreign policy arguments. But Powell is a self-described lifelong Republican and was one of the Obama Republicans who notably defected from the GOP in 2008. He's also one of the few to again back the president publicly. That party affiliation has brought out some ugly reactions, most notably from Ben Shapiro of Breitbart.com. This will be no surprise to those who remember Shapiro and Breitbart.com's hyping of a video of Obama embracing controversial Professor Derek Bell to "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Decades ago. It's certainly plausible that both Obama and Powell have benefited from affirmative action, although it's also apparent that both men, regardless of political views, are talented and could not have achieved what they have only based on racial considerations. Moreover, this is a great example of a phenomenon that Nerd Writers Doors has noted. Anyone with open eyes can see that people on the left and right illegitimately exploit racial divisions in bids for power, that many conservatives are as race-obsessed as any liberal, and that today's conservative movement needlessly brings up race. "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. All the time. Asterisk here, Shapiro can see no plausible reason why Powell would back Obama other than the color of their skin. But of course Powell has been telegraphing his worries about Mitt Romney's campaign for months, even as he held back on endorsing either candidate. Powell famously battled with many conservative foreign policy voices in the Bush administration, including John Bolton, Donald Rumsfeld, and Dick Cheney. In May, he went on Morning Joe to express his deep concerns about the number of neocons in Romney's circle, noting in particular the Republican nominee's claim that Russia was America's "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Greatest geopolitical foe. "Come on, Mitt, think." "That isn't the case," Powell said then. "I don't know who all of his advisors are, but I've seen some of the names and some of them are quite far to the right. And sometimes they might be in a position to make judgments or recommendations to the candidate that should get a second thought." Since then, Romney has mostly stuck with a hard line on foreign policy, although he struck a more dovish tone in Monday's debate on foreign affairs. And he has very visibly stumbled. "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. On foreign policy, from a Gathmart trip to Europe and Israel to his widely panned initial reaction to incidents in Cairo and Benghazi on September 11 that left 4 Americans dead. If Powell was nervous about Romney's overseas abilities in May, there's no reason he'd be more assured now, and no reason why he'd opt for the Republican over Obama.